Hello again. I'd like to follow up on my previous videos about Bronze Age sites in the Clocaenog Forest, and this is 5 Bronze Age sites in the Clocaenog Forest and how to find them. It seems that they've been causing confusion for several years on various sites, the Megalithic Portal, Modern Antiquarian, and even a little bit of incorrect information on Coughlin hasn't helped the situation. So after a couple visits and many hours, seriously, of looking at different resources and pondering it, this is how to get to those 5 Bronze Age sites in the Clocaenog Forest. First of all, you may wish to park best of all at the Clocaenog car park opposite a farm of the same name. Some resources point to there once having been a really useful information sign in this car park. I can find no trace or evidence of this sign as of August 2022. There is another car park further east, back at Bonkenvoilvach, with picnic benches and a nice avenue of beech trees, but no evidence of any information about the Bronze Age sites. So, park at the Clocaenog car park. First of all, nearest to you will be the Mine Fluid Standing Stone. A short distance turning right off the main track, and then left off that subsequent turning. There'll be a small little cut through to a clearing, and there you will find the Mine Fluid Standing Stone. Fallen over, but nevertheless there. Interesting spot, vibey spot, especially with so much really dense undergrowth and trees all around. I can't help wondering if the Mine Fluid Standing Stone could have cut marks or a cut mark on it. I'll leave a picture here. Returning back to the main track from the Clocaenog car park, follow it along and then bear right, and not much further along on the left hand side you will see another similar cut through the trees and narrow path, trodden path downhill on the north side of the track, which has now gone around to the right, for the Bryn Bethai stone circle. 3 of these sites are called Bryn Bethai meaning Hill of the Graves. So the first is this stone circle, which is slightly wrong on its grid reference on Coughlin. Actually places it on the south side of the track, and it clearly is not on the south side of the track. Pleasant ring of stones. Like all of these sites, is going to be best appreciated low season. Hopefully I will get there late February next year and have a look on a bright early spring day when the vegetation's at its most minimum and any deciduous trees are unleaved. Spend a little time at the Bryn Bethai stone circle. The taller stones are on the northern side of the arc. Maybe scrape back just a little bit of the moss and grass, have a peep around, because you will detect more stones in the arc that is definitely there. And not much further on at all are the Bryn Bethai south and north cairns. Return to the track, the main track, turn left having visited Bryn Bethai stone circle, and follow that along. Keep going. Don't take the next left, but keep going. You will get in between the west and north pointing tracks. There is a path going off at an angle. You will see 2 bits of fencing which lead to another path along what appears to be perhaps a fire break. Follow that along, and just on your right hand side you will see the Bryn Bethai south cairn. Pleasant flat arc of stones, perhaps a kist in the centre in its own clearing. Beautiful, peaceful spot. Now, to see the Bryn Bethai north cairn, you can take 2 different ways. One, you can carefully cut northeast through the woods, eking out the track. There are a number of fallen trees over that path as of August 2022. Or you can follow the path you just came down from the main track, and then once you're back at that junction, having gone back through those fences, turn left, go north, and the Bryn Bethai North Cairn is on the left hand side, not much further on. As of August 22, there is a huge wall of fireweed there, and it is behind that wall of fireweed. A careful treading through and trampling back some of the ferns and undergrowth, and you will see a few big pebble-like stones for the Bryn Bethai North Cairn. The next stop is the Beth Emlyn Cairn. So turn around, head back to that junction, and then turn left, which is east, and then follow about 0.4 kilometre loop around. You will see that there's a footpath eking its way uphill from the main vehicular tracks up to a cleared knoll, and on the top of that cleared knoll is the site of the Beth Emlyn Cairn. One very much for the enthusiast, fairly good views from up there, but it's a very heavily robbed out cairn. One, possibly two stones identifiable. There was once a standing stone at that location. It was removed and caused the horse and cart to break a number of times whilst being transported, and is now in the National Museum of Wales in Cardiff. That stone had Ogham and Latin inscriptions upon it. Maybe one day I'll get back to the National Museum of Wales in Cardiff and have a look for myself. So that concludes the 5 Bronze Age sites you can easily, I say, visit in the Clocaenog Forest. There will be a number of graphics and Strava route tracings in with this video. Now, a couple other things you could do whilst you're here in the Clocaenog Forest. Go back to the junction just before you turned around the bend for the Bryn Bethai Stone Circle. Turn right, follow back then around to the left, and then not much further along on the right you have the source of the River Clwyd. I didn't get to it on either of my visits because on the second visit, after all that very, very long dry spell, it actually chucked down with rain and we were getting quite wet, so we cut out that one. And then as you head back down the track southwards to the Glanagorse car park, on the right hand side is another east-west path. On the north side, in a huge clearing of that east-west path, are 2 ancient settlements of uncertain period, possibly prehistoric. The Cairn settlements, about 50 metres subcircular stone arcs. It's very, very, very overgrown, and as of our visit August into September 2022, the fern was of such a height that it was impossible to actually make anything out from the side, and it does appear that the best form of access to those sites is actually from the north, having maybe had a peep at the origin, the source of the River Clwyd. So check out the other 2 videos on Bronze Age sites in the Clocaenog Forest. This hopefully is the most clear of those 2, and especially on the southeast side of the Clocaenog Forest. It's just started raining as I've been making this video, and it's time for me to now head in. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.